everyone, welcome back. It is Sri, the Culinary CMO, and today we are so lucky to have Miss Natalie Green. She is the Chief Operating Officer of Nekter Juice Bar. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Yes, I'm excited. I just want to pick your brain. I know you do everything and you've had your hand in a lot of the success of Nekter, so I just wanted to pick your brain as a marketing professional. I wanted to see kind of what your gauge and what your level is of success and how we can be better marketers.
Ask away.
All right, awesome. Okay, so one of the fun tales of like huge restaurants is marketing tends to spend and operations tends to always have a little bit different of opinion of a success on a promo. So what is your gauge of a success in a promotion?
Well, for us at Nekter, the biggest gauge I see is what's coming back, the ROI and the sales. So
Okay.
if we do like a limited time offer on a smoothie, are we just changing up the categories, or are people actually coming in for that LTO for that smoothie? Like, are we actually making money off it? Is there an ROI? Do you know the plan, or is it just, let's just throw it out there, see if it sticks or not?
Okay.
So I really like to go back, look at the numbers, and also watch the numbers weekly. Don't look at it at the very end, but see if it's
Okay.
working, and if it's not, maybe you can pivot a little bit or change it.
Okay.
So it can keep going, and then you can make it work.
Okay, and what's kind of your gauge of a successful timeline? I always like to say 60 to 90 days. Would that be true for you too?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We like to do them probably, about one a quarter.
Okay, perfect. And then when you were talking about gauging your ROI, sometimes we like to say like, hey, we're going to do a social campaign. So we just want to really drive those likes, or we want an awareness campaign. So we want to see how many people are viewing our website or viewing any sort of digital media we may have. So what's kind of your best gauge? Is it ROI? Is it dollars? Is it customer acquisition? Interaction?
To me, it's definitely dollars and,
Okay.
guests coming through the door.
Okay.
I know people love the impressions, the social media, but you can't see the dollar amount. So
Right.
if someone likes it, are they actually coming in the store?
Right.
We do have a great app, so we can kind of trace it through there, how many people are downloading the app
Okay.
and kind of coming in with new consumers, but really looking at it and saying, okay, like, did people actually come in for this marketing,
Okay.
or are they just liking it in social media? Because I know people love their impressions and their likes.
Yes.
For me, I'm very different. My marketing team is very opposite. So,
Yeah.
that's why there's a good balance there, but you
Yeah.
got to find the balance.
I feel like it's like the age-old story is that marketing's like, we did this phenomenal job, it's 2 million likes. And then, operations or finance is always like, okay, well, we made $3.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it kind of goes back to one of the culinary CMO's thing is that you have to be everywhere all the time consistently. So you do have to do brand awareness, but you also have to be driving ROI in dollars.
Yeah, and and since we're a big franchise brand as well, like our franchisees, they want to know how did this
Yeah.
how did it go with marketing? And if we just give them, oh, we got this many impressions, this many likes, they're like, okay, but what does that mean?
Right, right, right.
So
They want to make the dollars too.
yes, yeah, they want to, how many new customers did we get? What
Yeah.
they ordered, like what does the transaction look like? Are they up or down? So those kind of things really matter when you're looking at like the whole marketing
Yeah.
LTO and going through it to see if it worked or not.
I love it. And then when you talk about LTOs or limited time offers, how often do you run those? Do you ever start to see like a fatigue in that, or is that really a secret to success?
No, when we started Nekter, we actually used to do them, about every 6 weeks, and we
Okay.
realized that was just way too much.
Too much, yeah.
So now we really stick to every quarter.
Okay.
But sometimes it might be like a family, like a juice, a smoothie, and a bowl.
Okay.
So it might be 3 things kind of
Yeah.
for the limited time offer, except for just one. Or it just might be like 2 really good smoothies that R&D is putting out there.
Awesome. I'm a huge fan of the pumpkin season at Nekter, just saying. It's
We have a great R&D team. They do a great job.
When do you start planning? So one of the pitfalls of restaurants is we know Christmas comes up every year, but we don't think about it in August. So as a big corporation with lots of successful franchises or franchisees, when do you start planning for holidays?
So we typically, in the summer, we start looking for next year. So
Okay.
we'll start planning
wow.
for January and building out the marketing calendar for the following year.
Okay.
So we typically try to look at it between
Love it.
April and May, and then build it out so we know exactly what's the LTO. Because you also got to think about supply chain, bringing in ingredients. What does that all look like? So we try to start it as early as we can, and then get it on the calendar. And also for our franchise community, so they know, okay, this is what's going to happen next year.
I love that. You are so well prepared. I love it. So can you share insights on how you track successful or unsuccessful campaigns?
So typically, we do use a system called C-Twit, where we can look at all the transactions, and we do like to look at, okay, run the P-mix, making sure, we're not exchanging dollars for dollars. Look at let's say it's a smoothie we did. Look at the smoothie category 3 months where it was, and then after, after the LTO. And then we like to look at all the numbers, the transactions, and how many people actually walk through the door. We like to actually look at the tickets as well, and then to see if our average ticket price went up or down, because sometimes our LTOs are more expensive.
Okay. And when you have LTOs that are a little bit more expensive, do you see that deters customers, or they're always eager? They'll pay, a little bit extra for something new.
Yeah, usually they'll pay a little bit extra for something new, but also they put something, like there might be like a special superfood in the bowl or like in the smoothie. Okay. So there is something extra they are getting for their dollar.
I love that. As COO of Nekter, what would you tell me and how to craft the perfect marketing campaign for success?
My first question to you would be the why.
Okay.
Why are you doing it? What are you looking for? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to achieve more? Are you trying to get more followers? Do you want more people on your app? Do you want more people coming in the door? Do you want a new category that's maybe kind of low to become high?
Okay.
So what are you trying to achieve? And back into that. Okay. So once you have the why, then you can do a great campaign on how you want to do it. But make sure you know exactly why you are doing that.
Okay, so first, really clearly define the purpose.
Exactly.
What are we driving? Why are we driving it? And then we can find out our how.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. And then last and final question.
Okay.
Can you discuss any challenges that you've had and you've really learned from? So coming from maybe a novice marketing or maybe somebody who's running smaller restaurants, is there any sort of challenge that you've kind of come across that you could say, hey, I know for a fact that this is not the way to communicate a promo, or something like that?
I don't think we have enough time for that. But if I have to pick just one, the one thing I think everyone struggles with, and even we do still to this day, is getting outside the four walls.
Yes.
So, if we just have a stanchion sign, someone's already walking in. So we're not driving new traffic in there. So to me, that's a huge challenge, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
And that is, we're always learning, trying to get more information on how do you get outside the four walls and drive the new traffic that you want to come in. Because you want the new consumers, you want the new customers.
Absolutely.
We want to keep our customers happy, but how do we drive traffic? How do people hear about you? Not just, okay, they saw the sign or drove by, but how do you actually get outside those four walls? And I know digital is a huge thing, and our marketing team does amazing.
They're great.
Our CMO is great, but it's a daily conversation we have. Like, we need to get outside those four walls, and how do we do it?
I love it. You just hit on everything perfect. It's all detailed in the course. How many restaurants does Nekter have? And you started when there were 5?
2.
2.
So I started, I was outsourced when they had 2. When I started, so they had 2 locations. Now we're up to over 210. So we're on track to do another 50 for next year. So
Holy cow.
It's a big growth for us. We're expanding quickly, but it's great. We're going into other states. So it's so great to see the growth and also the learning experience and kind of what comes with that. But also, making sure we know what we're doing right for the franchisees, and marketing is so big for them. Yeah. It's such a talking point that, my team does great regional rallies, and marketing's always like, that's where they want to hit on it. That's what they want to talk about. Yeah. So it's just to be so careful with that and to make sure you are marketing the best way you can.
Right. Well, I would say that without a shadow of a doubt, that's completely successful. So, going from 2 to as many as you're going to have, that just proves how much heart and soul you have in both the marketing and just the details and the growth of it. So it's really exciting. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh yeah, thank you. This is great.